In Denver, violent crime is up. Jails are overcrowded and complaints against deputies are on the rise.
And now a new report from Denver's Independent Monitor is raising new concerns. Denver 7's Jennifer Kowaleski just poured through this report and joins us now with details. Jen.
Yeah, well, guys, last year the crime reports really show a lot. Last year tied for the deadliest year in Denver in a decade with 56 homicides. During the first 6 weeks of this year, there were 12 homicides in Denver, the most violent start to a year since 2010. These figures concern criminologists like Mary Dodge, who rely on Denver's Independent Monitor to find out what's working and what's not.
No city wants to be known for increases in violent crime. Over the past 10 years, it's been relatively static or going down. And suddenly in Denver, we're seeing spikes in those types of crimes.
Now, this latest annual report scolds the Sheriff's Department for having too many misleading and inaccurate reports. Another issue, Denver officers failing to turn on their body cameras. Remember now, these body cameras are all about transparency. And if there's ever an issue or a dispute, this footage is supposed to be used so that the public can review it. But they can't review it if there's no video. Denver's head watchdog found almost 30% of complaints filed against officers in 2017 were for violating DPD's body-worn camera policy, cases where officers may have failed to turn them on.
Part of that may be just a learning curve, but that's hard to justify given that it's a button that you push.
CU Denver criminologist Mary Dodge questions the trend and why DPD's complaints are also up 6%.
Theory behind body cameras was to decrease complaints, both from police perspective and the public's perspective. Obviously, something's not working with the body cameras.
Community complaints against the Sheriff's Department have also spiked, up 167% compared to last year, which could reflect a change in how complaints are recorded. But Dodge still sees a red flag.
If that's what's happening, then somebody needs to step in and do something about it. That's a huge increase.
Although there was an increase in the number of complaints, there was a decrease in the number of sustained complaints.
Then there's those inaccurate or misleading reports filed by deputies. Last year, 9 deputies were disciplined. But perhaps the most egregious, this case caught on camera. We'll get back to the evidence in a minute. The report says after an inmate borrowed a pencil to file a grievance against the deputy, he then retaliated, filing his own report that could have put the inmate in solitary. The deputy claimed the inmate with the sudden forward motion of the arm threw a pencil towards the deputy, hitting him. Now back to that video. That's the inmate. He walks up to the desk, gives the pencil back, and that's it. Here's another angle. There's no pencil throwing. Independent Monitor Nick Mitchell also disagreed with the decision to reprimand the deputy, instead of suspending him since the evidence clearly shows he lied.
Once he was shown the video that he misperceived the event, that it was difficult to prove that he had intentionally misled or that he had lied.
In Denver, Jennifer Kowaleski, Denver 7.